Hi friends, today I'm sharing with you the best Chanel makeup products, and I'm very excited for this video because for more than 10 years I've tried everything from Chanel makeup, both limited edition collections and the whole permanent makeup line, and there are certain products that I keep repurchasing. Over the years, Chanel have been reformulating some of their makeup products, so they are not as good as they used to be in the past, and I hope that this video is going to serve you as a guidance and is going to keep you from making expensive mistakes. It is going to guide you through the very best of Chanel. Chanel is one of the big names in the fashion and makeup industry, and I feel very excited for this video because I not only buy the products to review them on my YouTube channel, but I actually use them in my daily life. I use them at work, so I know how they perform during the day, not only here in the studio with the beautiful lighting. I know how their products perform in my daily life, and this is quite valuable, and I hope that I'm going to be able to pass this knowledge to you and to prevent some expensive mistakes that you might make. So let's go ahead and get started. And if you enjoy honest beauty talks, please make sure to subscribe. I would love to welcome you to this community that we have here. If you're returning, welcome back, beautiful friends. For this video, I would like to say a very special thank you to Weijl, who decided to support my work and sponsor a portion of this video. So a very special thank you to Weijl and a very special thank you to the founder of the brand, Ornella Ciso. You've seen me wearing Weijl's jewelry in some of my recent videos, and you're going to keep seeing them because I truly love the design and the brand is very special to me. If you're a regular to my channel, you know that I rarely work with brands unless it's something truly special, and Weijl is that special brand that makes me feel very honored to be able to present to you their jewelry and to be able to present to you the brand. I was allowed to choose a few pieces from their beautiful collection, and these are the pieces that I have chosen. But before showing you the pieces, I want to share with you a little bit more information about the brand. For those of you who are new to Weijl, this is a brand that is based in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the world capital of diamonds, and all of the designs are handmade in the atelier in Antwerp, Belgium. I wanted to show you a quick sneak peek of the atelier in Antwerp to see the whole process because it's really interesting to me. Each of the pieces has to pass through 9 pairs of hands before it gets certified. Weijl is a brand that is well known and loved by Hollywood celebrities, but this is not what makes it special to me. What makes it truly special is the values that they stand for. They are creating timeless pieces that are ethical and sustainable. And I also had the pleasure to communicate with the founder of the brand, Ornella Ciso, and I'm actually going to allow myself to share with you a photo of Ornella Ciso as a child along with her mom. And the child that you see on the photo here, the little girl, is actually who is today the founder of Weijl. I had the pleasure to connect with Ornella Ciso and to be able to communicate with her over email. I fully support the idea of Ornella to offer more accessible diamonds to all of us. These are pieces that can become an heirloom and that you can pass on to your daughter. But one of the main advantages of Weijl is really that they have modular design. Now, I would highly recommend you checking out the earrings as well, because I think that their earrings are incredibly popular, especially among Hollywood celebrities. They're so popular. Fun fact about me here, I never had my ears pierced, and that's why, but I don't regret it because I mean the necklaces are truly gorgeous. So if you have your ears pierced, definitely check out the earrings. They are truly gorgeous and you can create your own design. So I wanted to drag your attention to the 2 necklaces that I'm wearing today. You're probably not going to see this first combination here on the website because it is my own. On the website, you're going to see the single pieces, the single diamonds. What I love here is that they have a loyalty program, so you can buy different pieces over time and you can create your own design and you can wear different jewelry each day. Some of the jewelry pieces can be worn on a necklace and also as earrings, so you have a lot of opportunities and this is something that we enjoy. I can definitely say that the brand Weijl is 90% female powered because they understand very well how we like to be different, how we like to choose our own designs. This is something that I truly value. For my necklaces and for the diamonds, I have chosen white gold because this is my preferred choice. When I first showed you my Weijl necklaces, some of you reached out to me asking me how to choose the right color. So Weijl offer white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold. Typically, it's considered that yellow gold and rose gold are going to complement warm skin tones, whereas white gold is going to complement cool skin tones. However, this is not something that has to stop you. I think that you have to choose depending on what you want to wear. The reason why rose gold and yellow gold are recommended, usually, and most of the time I recommend it to yellow skin tones, is because they are going to blend in to yellow skin tones a little bit better. But if you choose white gold and you have yellow skin tone, yellow undertones, it is just going to stand out a little bit more. So it's all up to you. You can even combine a rose gold, yellow gold, and white gold and create your customized jewelry. So don't feel restricted. Wear whatever you like. For me personally, I'm always attracted, and since a very young age, I usually go for white gold, and this is why I have chosen this one for myself. Now, for anyone who is not familiar with the term lab-grown diamonds are just like natural diamonds to the naked eye. They have the same hardness, they have the same shine, they have the same properties as natural diamonds. The only difference is that they are created in a lab, and this makes them more sustainable. So you don't have to spend time researching how they were sourced. If you were to choose natural diamonds, you always have to do a lot of background research. At least this is ethical, according to me. And with lab-grown diamonds, they last forever. They are more accessible. They are just the same as natural diamonds, but you know how they were sourced. You know with Weijl that these diamonds were made in Antwerp, Belgium. They were handmade. 9 people have been working on each diamond piece before it gets certified and before it gets to you. You know that the people in Antwerp, Belgium's atelier are getting a fair payment, and this makes it truly special to me. And I'm sure that everyone is going to agree with me that we want jewelry that are sustainable, ethical, and we want to know that people who work in the atelier are receiving a fair payment, which is the case with Weijl. And this makes the brand truly special to me. And this makes me feel very honored to be able to present the brand to you. Now that you know a little bit more about Weijl as a brand, let's move on to the fun part. And this was me choosing my pieces. Now, these are my favorite diamonds. As I mentioned, you can choose whichever piece you like and create your own design. So I've had already enough time to wear them and to see people's reactions, and I always get questions about them because they are incredibly sparkly. They are so much more beautiful in real life than on camera, and whatever I do, I just cannot show you how beautiful they are like face to face. So this is my favorite layering combination. I have Talia on the bottom and Ada and Ava here on the top. But I want to show you a few different designs. I want to show you how each piece looks on its own, because you can customize the look as you like. Okay, friends, I'm going to start with the piece that gets me the most compliments, and this is apparently an eye catcher. Every time when I wear them, everyone asks about Talia, and this is a trio of Marquise diamonds. I have to say that they are probably the most, like, they catch attention right away. When I wear them, everyone seems to be asking and seems to be attracted by this necklace in particular. And I have to say that it's so sparkly. It's so incredibly shiny. It just sparkles like, it just makes me happy every day when I wear it. It's very delicate. So these are the kind of diamonds that you can wear at work and look elegant and make a statement. And at the same time, you can wear them for special occasions as well. I love the modular design. Then we're moving on to Ava, which is a pear-shaped diamond, and you can wear it upside down if you want to, or horizontally. So the options are endless, truly. And the last piece, and the first one that I actually grabbed my attention and I wanted to have it right away, is Ada. Ada is so delicate but so powerful at the same time. And I mentioned in one of my previous videos when I was talking about my jewelry, I mentioned to you that Ada to me represents femininity. It's a piece that I would gift to my mother or to my daughter. It's just a timeless piece because for me it's so delicate yet powerful, because it almost represents femininity. It represents this big stone in the middle and then all of the little diamonds that gather around the bigger stone. For me, it just represents the mother, the center of the family, the woman, because it's truly absolutely gorgeous. And let's have a look at some other designs on the website. Very quickly, I'm going to drag your attention. As I mentioned, I have to drag your attention to the earrings, because the fact that I don't have pierced ears, you know, I'm missing out here, but I'm sure that most of you have pierced ears, and I would definitely recommend checking out Idol's diamonds because of the modular design and because they're just so timeless and beautiful. Let me know which ones are your favorite pieces. They also have absolutely stunning, elegant, timeless, beautiful rings that just stole my heart. I have to mention the rings as well. I believe that this is one of their newer collections, the rings. You have to see them. They're just so timeless, beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely stunning. I'm in love. And I want to drag your attention to Grace, which is a piece that I absolutely love. This one is going to be beautiful for a necklace as well. And Grace, I would say that Grace, again, has a lot of meaning to me, almost like Ada, but it's a little bit bigger than Ada. So make sure to check out the whole website and let me know which are your favorite pieces. I think that you can't go wrong here because all of the pieces are so beautiful. There is a piece that is called Coco, which was like, I was so undecided when I had the chance to choose my necklaces, but I'm really happy with my choice. I have to say I'm truly excited and truly happy with my choice. I know that I'm going to be wearing this jewelry and these necklaces. I'm going to be wearing them for many years, and I'm going to be so happy with them. And one last thing that I wanted to mention, when you purchase a solid gold chain for the necklace, you can actually adjust the length of the necklace like I did here, because I prefer to have Ada and Ava a little bit shorter on a shorter chain, and I like Talia to be a little bit longer so that they are visible. So you can adjust the length of the chain as you like and depending on your preferences. And once again, a very special thank you to Idol for supporting my work. It truly means so much to me, and I feel truly honored to be able to present Idol to you. I hope that you're going to be able to treat yourself to something really nice and timeless. And yes, I'm really happy with the pieces that I have. We're moving on to Chanel's makeup, and a very special thank you also to Idol for making me film this video, because this is the most requested video since I started my YouTube channel, and I never actually had the chance to sit down and really have a look at my whole Chanel makeup collection. And thanks to Idol's support, I was also able to repurchase some timeless pieces that I'm going to show you in this video, because I actually, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I actually use my Chanel makeup. I don't buy it just to review, but I actually use it. So I go through certain pieces and I keep repurchasing them, and I'm so happy that I was able to repurchase some of the timeless pieces that you're going to see just in a minute. So let's go ahead and move on to Chanel makeup. We're starting with the most unique makeup product that Chanel created, and this is the Water Fresh Tint. It's not a foundation. I wouldn't even call it a tint. It is quite a unique product that is one of a kind. Some brands have tried to replicate this product, but without any success. It is a water-based product that offers enhancement on the skin. It makes the skin look better, but it still looks like skin, and it blurs pores, imperfections, and texture. Since this is a water-based product, it can be used on all skin types, even oily skin. It offers light coverage, but if you wait for a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes for it to dry, you can apply a second layer and you can get a light medium coverage out of this product. It comes with its own brush, which is actually very good. I use this brush many times, and it's very comfortable also to go under the eyes. And this product became so popular, but for some people the coverage was not enough, so that's why Chanel created the Complexion Touch, which is again a water-based product, and this one has around 60% water, and this one contains 70% water. This one is not... It was supposed to be a complementary product to the Water Fresh Tint, and this product also comes with a little bit smaller brush, and the Complexion Touch was actually meant to be used complementary to the Water Fresh Tint, just to add a little bit more coverage and to be used as a concealer. I personally prefer the Water Fresh Tint, and I use it also under my eyes. This is the best product that I like to use under my eyes because it is a water-based product, so it never creases and it looks like one with my skin. It's very natural, very beautiful. I also use it for special occasions. As I mentioned, I just use 2 layers of this product, and over the years I don't even know how many bottles of this product I've used, but there's so many, and I always keep repurchasing this one, and this is my #1 complexion product. I don't think that a brand is going to be able to ever replicate this one. We are going to see, time is going to show, but for now this is one of a kind product. I would definitely recommend this one, and I have been recommending this one on this channel. If you are a regular viewer to my channel, you will know that this is my most repurchased and most favorite makeup product, suitable for all ages, all skin types. If you need a little bit more coverage and if you feel like the water fresh tint is not enough, another makeup product that I would rate as a 10 out of 10, this is the Numéro 1 de Chanel foundation. Again, a makeup product that is absolutely worth the splurge, a Chanel makeup product that is absolutely worth the splurge. This one contains some skin caring benefits, melts into the skin, and it looks like fresh, moisturized skin. It blurs pores and imperfections, and it has a dewy finish. The finish is exactly like your healthy, moisturized skin. Everyone is different. For some people, the Numéro 1 de Chanel foundation is going to be better than the Water Fresh tint if you have a little bit more to cover, or if you want more like a classic foundation, because still this is a water-based product, and this makes it quite unique. And some people might not feel comfortable using this kind of product because it does give the glass skin effect, especially if you have slightly oily skin. This is truly going to give you this glass skin effect. Chanel's makeup line doesn't contain a full coverage foundation because the whole philosophy of the brand is not to create a mask on the skin, but to create naturally beautiful skin. So that's why most of their foundations are going to be light medium coverage to medium coverage. And the highest coverage foundation in Chanel's makeup line is going to be the Ultra Latent. This one has a natural matte finish on the skin, and this is the highest coverage that Chanel have. Still, it's not a full coverage foundation, but it has a solid medium coverage. So I think that if you are used to having a full coverage foundation and wearing a full coverage foundation, this is a good option. I've tried all Chanel foundations, even some that were discontinued, some powder foundations. So let me know if you would like me to make a dedicated video on all Chanel foundations, like a Chanel makeup foundation guide video. We're moving on to eyeshadows, and for this video, I've only taken into consideration the permanent eyeshadow collection from Chanel, because very often they're going to release a limited edition eyeshadow palettes that are incredibly beautiful, but they come and go, they are just limited. So if you're subscribed to my channel, you probably know that I review every makeup collection from Chanel with very few exceptions. I never miss a limited edition makeup collection. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to share with you my personal favorites from Chanel, the eyeshadow palettes that work for everyone. And then I also wanted to give you a little bit of a guidance. Chanel are famous for their eyeshadow quads. And more specifically, if you have a look at Chanel's eyeshadows, you're going to see that certain eyeshadows start with the name Tissé. This is the Tissé line, and it's my favorite because the colors are very well chosen. These eyeshadows, the Tissé line, has been around for so many years. It has been around since I started to use Chanel makeup. I believe it was around 12 years ago, and they are still just as good, and these are my most repurchased eyeshadow palettes. There are two unique color stories that work on everyone, and these are especially valuable for people who are working professionals, or if you like natural, elegant makeup look. These two work on everyone, and this is Tissé Rivoli and Tissé Vendôme. Of course, I'm going to show you two other color stories, which are Tissé Camellia and Tissé Cambon. These are more pink, but if I had to choose like the perfect neutral eyeshadow palette, Tissé Rivoli is one of the most beautiful neutral brown eyeshadow palettes. It works almost for everyone, and the color combination is very well chosen. It is quite unique because this eyeshadow palette in particular, it works on both on cool skin tones and warm skin tones. It's one of the most beautiful color combinations, and you don't have to think because the colors have been pre-chosen for you. One thing that I have to mention is that inside the Chanel eyeshadow palettes, you're going to get two little sponge applicators. Do not throw them away, try them out, because Chanel is the only brand that have exceptional quality sponge applicators. They are velvety and you can actually wash them, which separates the brand from all other brands. Even I've tried most of the luxury eyeshadow palettes that are on the market from different brands, and I have never seen a brand where I actually want to use the sponge applicators, but these come very handy, especially if you're traveling. Again, you can wash them, use them multiple times. They are incredible quality. So Tissé Rivoli is one of the eyeshadow palettes, the first one that I purchased from Chanel, and up to date, I don't know, I probably repurchased this eyeshadow palette probably 3 or 4 times, because I usually am going to hit pan on the palest shade, and I love this one as well. You can create multiple looks in this eyeshadow palette. Basically, you can use it for special occasions and for work for every day. Another favorite, and maybe my current number one actually in the past years, has been, I'm just opening them, has been Tissé Vendôme. Now, the colors don't look beautiful in the pan as I hold them. You're not going to be impressed. And when I swatch them on my arm, again, you're not going to be impressed. But Chanel's makeup is not about swatching. It's not about this Instagrammable swatches that are very pigmented. These are makeup products that look good on the eyes, and they were created to look beautiful on the eyes, not on your arm, not on hands, and not for swatches. So if you like elegant makeup looks, once again, and neutral makeup looks, natural makeup looks, if you're a working professional, especially if you work in the field of business or medicine or legal or in any kind of office, or you have business meetings, I would definitely recommend you pick any of those palettes, and especially Tissé Vendôme or Tissé Rivoli. I have other options as well. And then quickly, I wanted to show you two more romantic options for people who love more pink color stories that are, again, very, very elegant. And one of them is Tissé Camellia. This is quite unique because even though it is pink, it is more girly, and still it keeps this elegant feel of Chanel makeup. So Tissé Camellia, again, is another favorite of mine that I have repurchased once. And then the other one is Tissé Cambon. Tissé Cambon has a little bit more vibrant pink colors. Again, a very beautiful and timeless eyeshadow palette. And we're moving on to my favorite makeup collection from Chanel. This is always going to be the Le Beige makeup collection, because this is the makeup collection that celebrates the summer months. And once Chanel released Le Beige winter makeup collection for once, but after that they didn't repeat. But usually they're going to release their Le Beige makeup collections for the summer months as a collection that is going to celebrate the summer healthy glow, healthy looking skin. And the eyeshadow palettes from the Le Beige makeup collection, I have all of them, but I'm not going to go ahead and swatch all of them. I just wanted to drag your attention to two eyeshadow palettes from the Le Beige line. And I recently noticed that they actually removed from their website some of the most beautiful Le Beige eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if they decided to discontinue them, but these were Intense and Tender. These are two of the most beautiful ones. I don't know what's happening, if they're going to bring them back or if they decided to permanently discontinue these eyeshadow palettes. But one thing that you have to know about the Le Beige eyeshadow palettes is that they have a different formula compared to the Chanel other eyeshadow formulas. These are a lot softer with a lot more pigmentation, and they are usually going to be more light reflective. Some of them are going to be more light reflective. Now, the one eyeshadow palette that has been a bestseller all around the world from the Le Beige collection is going to be the eyeshadow palette in medium. Again, this is your perfect eyeshadow palette for neutral makeup looks. It is beginner friendly, and the formula of medium is a little bit different from all the other Le Beige eyeshadow palettes. This is the only one that is not as pigmented and as soft. It doesn't have that much color payoff as the other eyeshadow palettes from the Le Beige makeup collection. The colors are absolutely beautiful, but let's say that this is the only Le Beige eyeshadow palette that is, I wouldn't say that it really celebrates the summer months, because it is quite subtle. It's very sophisticated, elegant, and the most office-friendly Le Beige eyeshadow palette from the whole Le Beige eyeshadow line. So I would definitely recommend this one for working professionals. It's very easy to use. It's very beginner friendly. I had to repurchase this one, actually. This is one of the products that I repurchased specifically for this video because I have decluttered mine a while ago, and this video was a nice opportunity for me to repurchase this eyeshadow palette. I had to show it to you because it is iconic, and it is the bestseller worldwide, or at least I checked for France, for the US. This is the best-selling makeup product for Chanel. And something that I want to mention, I don't know why, but the Le Beige eyeshadow palettes don't come with the beautiful velvety sponge applicators with the white tip. These are really high quality. These are only in the eyeshadow quads. And the Le Beige eyeshadow palettes actually come with a different sponge applicator, just your usual sponge applicator that we tend to throw away. So this one is like, really, I'm going to throw it away. And then a little brush. Though the little brush is really good quality, but the sponge applicator, it's not the same like the sponge applicators of the eyeshadow quads. I just thought that I'm going to mention this. I would definitely recommend this eyeshadow palette in medium if you like natural, neutral makeup looks. It's very easy to use. The colors are so well chosen, and this one is going to suit So many different skin tones. And this is actually the closest in terms of colors to the iconic Tissé Mademoiselle that was discontinued approximately, I believe, like 5-6 years ago. It was one of the most beautiful eyeshadow palettes from Chanel, Tissé Mademoiselle. And then another eyeshadow palette, again from the Beiges makeup collection, that I want to mention. This one is quite unique. This is the eyeshadow palette Beiges in Light. This one is the hardest one to find. To the best of my knowledge, it's not discontinued. At least in Europe, we can find it in boutiques. But once it appears, it disappears so quickly and it gets sold out. It has the beautiful pigmented formula of the Beiges eyeshadow palettes, but at the same time, this is the only actual cool eyeshadow palette from the Beiges collection. And I don't know why Chanel wouldn't bring back this one permanently. It is still available. If you're in Europe and if you really go ahead and look for this eyeshadow palette, you can get it. I think that it's the hardest to get if you're based in the US. And probably if it arrives in the US, I think that the whole nature of Chanel makeup in the past few years has been a certain Chanel consultant are calling their clients, their best clients, and are saying, oh, we have the new collection. And then we've seen some makeup collections drop really early. Some people able to get makeup collections really in advance, ahead of time, and this only happens in the US. So I'm wondering if this eyeshadow palette is kind of available in the US, but through for good clients or through some Chanel consultants in Europe, we can find it. If you really look for this one, you can find it. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And I have been waiting for this eyeshadow palette to reappear so that I can do a whole video with this eyeshadow palette with makeup looks. It's one of my most beloved eyeshadow palettes. And this is actually one that suits so beautifully fair skin tones. Fair to light skin tones, light to medium skin tones. Since this is a video dedicated to the best Chanel makeup products of all times, I have to mention this one. Speaking of eyeshadows, I have to mention also Chanel's mono eyeshadows, which are really good quality. And I have a lot of these colors, but in this video, I really wanted to limit myself to mentioning only the products that are absolutely worth the splurge and that are a little bit more extraordinary. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense. So one product that I would recommend from the mono eyeshadows, they are good quality. They come in different finishes and the whole idea is to have a one and done eyeshadow. One that I'm going to recommend is actually the top coat because it is quite extraordinary. It's beautiful and it creates almost this foiled effect on the eyelid. It can be used as a topper, but I mostly use it alone on its own. And I think it's suitable also, very suitable for the summer months. You can also use it with your finger a little bit and apply it almost like a highlighter if you want to, and if you enjoy the color, but it's like a multicolor. It's a very beautiful multi-dimensional color that doesn't contain glittery particles. It just is a very unique formula, which is why I wanted to mention this here, and it reminds me a summer sunrise. Last but not least, I have to mention the Chanel's Stylo Ombre et Contour, which is a product that can be used as an eyeliner or eyeshadow. And I am going to show you only two colors because these two are more unique in my opinion. And one is going to be Nude Eclat, and this is perfect for everyday looks, very easy everyday looks. I use it mostly as an eyeshadow because it's too pale to be an eyeliner for me. And the other one is going to be Electric Brown. Electric Brown is so beautiful used as, whether you are going to use it as eyeshadow or eyeliner. I use it both ways. Sometimes I would use it as an eyeshadow, sometimes as an eyeliner, but mostly as an eyeliner, and I'm just going to smudge it a little bit. So these are really good quality. Also two colors that I keep repurchasing. Next, we're moving on to a makeup product from Chanel that nobody mentions, but it's so worth the splurge. It's worth every single penny, and these are Chanel's lip glosses. I have been repurchasing Chanel's lip glosses for so many years, and I have gone through all colors. Now, the three colors that are my favorite, I'm going to show you today. I usually am going to have 2, 3, or 4 colors depending. I'm going to go through a whole tube and then repurchase it. But over the years, these are the 3 that I would repurchase most often. Now, why Chanel's lip glosses don't get enough attention, that's beyond my understanding. probably because they are part of the permanent collection, and usually content creators are more focused on what's limited edition, which is normal. But these are actually the best quality lip glosses on the market if you have sensitive lips, because these lip glosses are so beautiful. They have a variety of textures and colors. Some of them contain shimmery particles, and a lot of brands started to create these days glosses with shimmery particles and this kind of plumping glosses, which are so unpleasant to my lips, and I cannot use them because of the tingly feel. These do not have any kind of tingly feel, but these are just pure luxury. I say pure luxury because these lip glosses are actually capable of to repair cracked lips and chapped lips, and I always use them when my lips are sensitive, and they're like a 2-in-1. They're not only a luxurious lip gloss that adds enough color and they have different effects, but they're also capable to repair chapped lips. I have 3 colors that are my favorite, and probably my most repurchased color is 172, and this is, I believe it was Tendresse, but I'm going to make sure to write the colors as I show them to you. This is my most repurchased one. Then Chanel's bestseller is 119, and this one has little glittery particles. It's this movie color that is so interesting, and this is the color that actually works on all different skin tones. And then another one that I always repurchase, and not many people know about it, is 106, and this is Amarena. This one has tiny little glittery particles. They cannot be felt on the lips. Even if you rub your lips together, you're never going to feel the glittery particles. This is why I mentioned that these lip glosses are pure luxury. And this one looks beautiful both on its own or on top of a red lipstick or a fuchsia lipstick. It just creates a different effect. And these are definitely 10 out of 10 product, makeup product, so worth the splurge. And if you're looking for a good lip gloss, don't look any further, get any of these. And let me actually see, I don't remember them having a scent. They don't have fragrance, which is amazing also, and so suitable for people who have sensitive skin, sensitive lips. Now I want to talk about a painful topic for all Chanel lovers, and these are blushes. Chanel used to have the most beautiful blushes, and I have a whole collection of them, all of them, and then they decided, all of a sudden, they decided to reformulate them, and they're not. I wouldn't put them in this video anymore. But in the past, I was going to rave about the most beautiful blush ever, and this was Reflex. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I have it here, but I'm not going to show it because even if you buy Reflex now, it's still available. It is not the same formula as in the past, so I'm not very happy with the formula. But I have 2 blushes from the permanent collection that I absolutely love. Now, one thing that is unpleasant about Chanel is that a lot of their really beautiful blushes, they are going to create them as limited edition. So I'm not going to be mentioning anything that you cannot buy anymore because there's no point in just teasing you about a product that you cannot purchase anymore. It would be useless. But 2 blushes that you can still purchase. I'm going to mention the Waterfresh blushes. And when the Waterfresh blushes were released, a lot of content creators actually assessed these negatively and they didn't like them. However, I still think that this is one of the most beautiful blushes because it creates the effect of young skin. It's like a young skin in a bottle, but if used correctly. So one thing that you have to know about this blush, it is the same formula as the Waterfresh tint. And when you apply it on the cheeks, you have to make sure to break the bubbles. This blush doesn't come with its own brush. I have light peach, light pink, and warm pink. And these are the 3 colors that match my skin tone. And with that being said, light pink and light peach are the 2 that match my skin tone best. Warm pink, I mostly use it in the summer months when my skin gets a little bit of color. This is a water-based product, just like the Waterfresh tint. And a lot of people use the Waterfresh tint by just applying it directly onto the face, or they would apply it directly onto the brush so that they don't waste product and then blend it onto the skin. And this works really nice if you want to save some product, because if you put it on the back of your hand, start to break the pigment and then go to your face, you're going to waste a lot of product. And let's face it, this is not a cheap product. So using the Waterfresh tint by just applying it directly onto the face or onto the brush, this works fine. However, this doesn't work with the Waterfresh blush. And this is one of the main reasons why people don't like this product, is because they're going to apply it on the brush, just like they do with the Water Fresh tint, and then go onto the face, and it's going to become a watery mess. It's mostly going to move their foundation powder, it's going to mess up with the makeup, and it's going to become like a watery mess. So how you use this product is, for this product, it's mandatory to break the pigment before going onto your face. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So you're going to get the product. This one is new, actually. This one is a light pink. So that's it. You're going to get the product. Take a brush, and the brush that I use with the Water Fresh blush is a Refra number 24. This is the best brush for the Water Fresh blush specifically. And then you're going to really make sure to break the pigment on the back of your hand. It's inevitable that some of the product is going to stay on the hand. Of course, it's going to stay on the hand. And then you're just going to go ahead and apply it onto the face. And you don't even need a highlighter. If you, let's say, work in an office and you don't feel comfortable wearing a highlighter, this product, it just takes years off the face. It can be applied without foundation on its own, just to add some freshness to the cheeks, or it can be applied on top of foundation, or my favorite way to use it is to apply it actually at the end of my makeup routine on top of my powder. Keep in mind that I don't use a lot of makeup, so if you are applying thin layers, this is a way that can bring back this youthful, fresh, dewy skin that young people have, that like 20-year-olds are going to have. So just a little bit, and you don't need any highlighter, and it immediately plumps up the skin. It just brings this youthful glow to the skin, but it's so natural. It doesn't come from glittery particles, it doesn't come from your classic highlighter, but just the skin radiates with health. And this is why this product is so unique. And then another blush that I currently love, this is again from the Permanent collection. I have a few of those, but the one that I think is quite unique and deserves to be part of this video is going to be the Jus Contraste Intense in Beige Éclatant. This is a very beautiful nude color that works on different skin tones. I would say that it's very beautiful on light to medium skin tones, and maybe that's it actually, but it's a beautiful nude blush that doubles as a highlighter because it's not completely matte, but it adds a little bit of luminosity, and it's just very elegant, and you can sculpt your face if you want with this kind of color. It just looks incredibly flattering and beautiful on the face. Now they say it's cream to powder formula. It's not really cream, but it's not powder as well. When you touch it, it's quite unusual actually, because it almost feels like a wet powder. It's very firmly pressed. I have been using mine so much, and you can see that I'm not even close to making a dent, but this is one of my most used blushes for work or for a business meeting, or just on its own. It just matches any kind of makeup look that I make because it is a nude blush. It's beautiful. Next, since we're talking about blushes and complexion products, I want to mention a beautiful bronzer. And this is their oversized bronzer. It was part of last year's Le Beige makeup collection, and it actually became permanent. I think that this one became permanent. Initially, they didn't intend to make these oversized bronzing harmonies. They didn't intend to make them permanent. They were released as limited edition, but I think that after that they saw the demand, and that's why they made them part of the permanent collection. Currently I'm holding the one that is in light coral, and I think this one is the best seller. This is always going to get sold out, just because people who have fair skin tone like me, we are struggling to find a bronzer that actually works for us and that looks natural, because everything is going to look just so dark, deep, orange, or it's going to make us look like a buffoon. And this is one that is so flattering on fair skin tones, and I would say that it's suitable also for light to medium skin tones if you like the more natural effect. I have two of these oversized powders, and initially when I was reviewing those oversized powders, I mentioned in my video that I want to use them for a while and update you, and I've updated you. If you are a regular viewer, you already know that this is my favorite, because I was afraid initially that these might get a hard pan, but it did not. It's been more than a year since I've used it. you have to choose the right color combination for your skin tone. I'm personally going to be demonstrating here the light coral because it's perfect for my skin tone. It's like no other product that I have if I want to get a healthy glow, lightly bronzed skin that I can also wear at work. Because it's very elegant, very beautiful. And I love also the oversized design here, because if it was a small compact, you are not going to be able to use each of the colors separately. So here I have a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter. The highlighter is very, very subtle. It is barely there highlighter, and sometimes I'm just going to take my brush and dip my brush between the highlighter and the bronzer, or sometimes between the bronzer and the blush, or just swirl them together. It just gives me a lot of options, and this is definitely one of the timeless products from Chanel. I'm so happy that they decided to make them permanent, because initially when they released it, very few people were able to get the light coral, sold out within 1 day in some countries. And then we were waiting. I was not waiting, but a lot of people were waiting. I was able to get this one right away, but a lot of people were waiting for a few months to get a restock on the light coral. And I'm so happy that they're permanent collection. So this is definitely a product that I would recommend. For highlighters, unfortunately, I have to say that the most beautiful highlighters from Chanel, they are limited edition, and the most extraordinary ones, the ones that deserve to be part of this video, Chanel makeup absolutely were the splurge and the best of the best Chanel makeup. Unfortunately, the best, the very best of the best, and the most extraordinary Chanel highlighters, they used to be limited edition, and sadly I cannot share them with you. But I wanted to mention Baume Essentiel because they are part of the permanent collection, and the one in Sculpting in particular is my favorite shade for this wet kind of makeup look. And the other one that I really like is Dragé. This is a pink one. And something that I wanted to mention, if they have a color, sometimes they're going to be transparent, like there is a transparent that is basically like a lip gloss, which is one that I used to have, but I decluttered because I was not really using it. Then Sculpting is really good for this kind of almost invisible champagne glow on the skin. And then one that I really like from the colored ones is Dragé. This is probably my favorite. And one thing that I wanted to mention, if your Baume Essentiel has a color, you can use it also on the lips, like a tinted lip balm, and they create beautiful effects on the lips. A lot of people don't know that. For a lot of people, this is going to be way too glossy. There are two ways to use this one, either on top of your makeup, just to add some glow and this kind of a wet skin effect, or the other option is going to be to apply it under your foundation. And actually this can enhance the way foundations look, especially if you have foundation that has medium coverage. They make the foundation lighter and more skin-like, and I would suggest you trying these not only on top of the makeup as a highlighter, but also under your foundation. And I have a video where I actually show you this technique. If I can find my video, I am going to link it in the description so that you can see how these sticks look when applied under the foundation. And this is my favorite way to use actually these, because if I apply it on top of my foundation, sometimes, you know, hair can stick or they look a little bit more oily on oily skin, and I have combination skin. So it's not my favorite unless I use it under foundation, and I also love them on the lips. And then I have to briefly talk about the lipsticks. Recently, Chanel discontinued their iconic Cécile shade, which was perfect for fair skin tones. And I know that a lot of you are heartbroken just like me. I still haven't found a replacement of Cécile. I don't know why they decided to discontinue. Chanel have incredibly beautiful lipsticks. Ones that deserve to be part of this video, I want to mention their velvet lipsticks. I have so many Chanel lipsticks, probably like I have 2 drawers of Chanel lipsticks, and I couldn't possibly show you everything in a single video, and there is no need for that really, because I want to focus on the formula. We're all different, we all have different skin tones, and everyone is going to like different colors. But I want to draw your attention to the Rouge Allure Velvet lipsticks from Chanel, because if you're looking for gentle, let's say gentle and sensitive skin friendly matte lipstick, then definitely go ahead and try Chanel's Rouge Allure Velvet lipsticks, because they are so gentle to sensitive lips. I have a hard time wearing matte lipsticks. They look very professional, they're always very beautiful. Sometimes you just want to wear a matte lipstick, and it's hard to find one that doesn't irritate my lips or doesn't make my lips too dry. I have dry, sensitive lips. and the Rouge Allure Velvet from Chanel are the best option for me. I have two colors in particular that I want to show you because these two are very suitable for the season. We're going into the summer season, and these two are going to look beautiful on so many different people. And one of these is going to be 46 Magnetique, which is a beautiful fuchsia that has a lot of red in it, but still has the softness of pink. And then the other one that I want to show you and drag your attention to is 45 Intense. And 45 Intense is a unique pink color that actually works on everyone. I love this color on fair skin tones and on medium skin tones and on deep skin tones. This is the perfect pink shade. It just looks so flattering and beautiful. But if you're looking for a matte lipstick, my point is definitely go ahead and check Chanel's Rouge Allure Velvet lipsticks. And one more lipstick that deserves to be part of this video and is quite unique, I want to mention, is number 80 Timeless. And this is from the Rouge Allure Lac from Chanel. And these are, they're almost like slightly more long-wearing high shine lipsticks. And this one is gorgeous. Number 80 is just the ultimate red color that suits everyone. Maybe the most unique red color and the most easy to wear red color because it also has a little bit of purple. It's called Timeless. I believe that I cannot see the name. Yes, exactly. I can see the name here. So it's number 80 Timeless. And I think that the name suits perfectly the color. It is truly a timeless color and one color that I have been repurchasing. I have a few of those Rouge Allure Lacs, but this is the one that I always go for when I want to instantly elevate my look, when I want instantly to look like almost like a Hollywood celebrity. This one is easy to wear and it's very, very beautiful, truly a timeless color. So these are currently the very best Chanel makeup products. Keep in mind that Chanel are reformulating some of their products, and those of you who are regular viewers to my channel are probably going to ask why I did not include Le Volume de Chanel, which is a mascara that I have been raving about for years because it is reformulated and it's not good enough anymore. They recently changed it, like recently, a little more than a year ago, they changed the formulation of the mascara. The wand is the same, so this is why it's not part of this video. They have changed it, reformulated it, and now it's not good enough to be part of this video. Make sure to subscribe because I always keep testing Chanel makeup and I'm going to be able to share with you all of the changes. And I really enjoy talking about the brand and sharing with you different ways in which you can use the products and the best techniques for makeup application of Chanel makeup and also other luxury makeup. And once again, a very special thank you to Weijl for working with me on this video. I truly appreciate their support. It means so much to me. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave me a comment, let me know what are some of your favorite Chanel makeup products, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye!